Okay, good morning everyone once again. So please use mic. Okay. Now, yesterday we have seen two examples. Now let us see keeping things in proportion and getting solution. Okay. Now we will see the concept of direct and indirect proportion. People are still coming. Sir, I am having doubt in 7.2, question number 2, B part. Okay, Arnav, you can send it to me on WhatsApp. Na? I will help you there. One second. Question number, sorry, the concept is direct direct proportion. So class, if in 1 kilometer you are traveling 20 meter, in 1 kilometer you are using suppose 2 liters of petrol. Please tell me in 10 kilometers how much petrol you will use. Please tell me if for 1 kilometer you are using 2 liters petrol, for 10 kilometers you will use 20 liters of petrol. Yes, this is known as direct proportion. This is known as direct proportion. And there is a concept of indirect proportion also. Indirect proportion suppose we are taking this thing, suppose your speed is 50 kilometer per hour, then time to cover uh, suppose I'm saying 100 kilometers is this class 2 hours. Now tell me, if I make it double, if speed is doubled to 100 kilometer per hour, tell me what will happen to the time? Will time increase or decrease? If you increase the speed from 50 to 100, what will happen to time? Time will decrease and it will become 1 hour. This kind of relation is known as indirect proportion, and this kind of relation is known as direct proportion. So if one thing is increasing and other is also increasing, they are known as direct proportion. If one thing is increasing and other is decreasing, that is known as indirect proportion. Are you getting this class? Okay, Ryan, I'm giving you more examples. Suppose, let me take 1 second. Let me take one more example. Suppose, let me take speed time हो गया. We can take. Okay, please explain one more in direct proportion. Okay, let's take one more example of direct proportion first. Three students' videos are on. Please switch off your video, class. Okay, suppose you have a relation such that. 1 second. Okay, yes. Suppose 10 bowl are for rupees 50, then 20 bowl will be for how much rupees? Please tell. If 10 bowl are for 50 rupees, then 20 will be of 100 rupees. Yes. And 5 bowl will be of 5 bowl rupees. Yes, 25. This is known as direct proportion, where if you are increasing one thing, other is increasing. If you are decreasing one thing, other is decreasing. So when they both are increasing together and both quantities are decreasing together, we call it direct proportion. If two quantities are increasing together or decreasing together, they are known as, they are said to be in direct proportion. That's it. Class, are you able to understand this one? Don't worry, the question will be done. Don't worry. Sir, how 5 bowl for 25 rupees? Okay, one question is there. How we got that 5 bowl will be of 25 rupees? I am telling you better once again. Have you done this part? Let me erase this. 1 second. You want to ask why 5 bowl for 25 rupees? 1 second. See, Kritika, we have 10 bowl for 50 rupees. Yes, you can go for unitary method, no issue. You can say if 10 bowl are for 50 rupees, so one bowl will be for rupees 50 upon 10. That is rupees 5. Yes, I am using different software. That means 5 bowl will be for rupees 5 into 5, and that is why we have got the answer as 25. I hope, Kritika, it is clear to you now. Kritika, I hope it is clear to you now. Please answer. Yes, sir. Okay. Now let's see the concept of indirect proportion. Now let's see the concept of indirect proportion. So now we have indirect proportion. So class, first of all, the definition. This software is open board. In this, we can use different colors easily. That's why I'm using it. Now class, let's see. But no issue, Sir Bhagya. People may have doubts. Please see. The definition is very simple. If with increase on, if, who is there? Ekta and Aditya. Okay. If with increase in one quantity, there is a decrease in other quantity, or vice versa, we say the quantities are in indirect or inverse proportion. Class, I hope you are able to understand the definition. Vice versa means the opposite. First case I have taken increase in one quantity decrease in other quantity. Suppose there are two quantities, quantity 1 and quantity 2. If you increase one quantity, other quantity will decrease. Vice versa means if you decrease quantity 1, quantity 2 will increase. This is known as vice versa. So there will be a opposite relation. If you increase one, other will decrease. If you decrease one, other will increase. That's it. So class, are you able to understand indirect proportion? Please tell. Are you able to understand indirect proportion? Yes. Now comes the example. I have told you the example of speed and time. Speed and time are having the relation of indirect proportion. Can you give me any other example from your daily life? Can you give me any other example from your daily life where you have seen there is a relation like this? Please tell. Sir, could you give more examples? But I'm asking from you only. Can you give me one example from your life where you have found that if you increase one thing, other thing is decreasing? You can say number of workers and okay, sir, the balancing thing that a vendor uses. Okay, but a speed distance we have done. And one more thing. Okay, Jati, good beta. If speed is in no beta, it is not a relation. No. In cycling, I have experienced. Okay, sir, by buying vegetables. No, if you are buying more vegetable, you have to pay more. Okay, let us see. I'm giving the example now. See, suppose I take a case of quantity 1, number of workers, quantity 2, uh, time to complete the work. Class, can we say this is a example of what do you say, this one in that proportion? Can we say yes? We can say it is a case of what, in that proportion, because if number of workers increase, if numbers of workers increase, then time will then time to complete work will decrease, and vice versa. That means if number of workers decrease, obviously time will increase. Okay, Ashmit is giving an example. So writing in register, if we write more than the pages in the register decrease. Okay, that is also okay. Okay, so now it is clear. Okay, good. Now let's take some examples from book only and try to understand. One second. This concept will be coming again in class 8 also. So please try to understand properly. Let us take the next example, example number 5. Let's take example number 4 first. Example number 4. It is saying a map is given with a scale of 2 centimeter equal to 1000 kilometer. The scale in the map is given to you as 2 centimeter is equivalent to 1000 kilometer. Now they are saying what is the actual distance between two places in kilometers if distance in the map is 2.5 centimeter. We have to tell the distance if 2.5 centimeter in map. Class, I hope you all know the concept of scale. Class, I hope you all know the concept of scale, which means in the map that we are having, 2 centimeter is like 1000 kilometer in actual. Similarly, you have to tell me, if this is the scale, what is the distance between two objects which are at a distance of 2.5 centimeter? Yes, very good, Daksh. So let us see. Again, we can utilize the concept of, yes, we can use the concept of unitary method, and there are other way also to find this. First, we will solve by unitary method. Let me show you. By unitary method, first method to solve such questions is unitary method, in which what we do, we know 2 centimeter is equal to 1000 kilometer. We can say it is similar to 2 into 1 centimeter is equal to 1000 kilometer. So we can find in 1 centimeter there are 1000 upon 2 kilometers, which is equal to 500 kilometer. So by unitary method, what I have done, I have found the distance in 1 centimeter is actually 500 kilometers. Now, what we want to find? We want to find in, yes class, we want to find in 2.5 centimeter is equal to, yes class, if 1 centimeter is 500, then 2.5 is 2.5 into 500, and the answer will be 525 is a 125. There are double zeros, but one decimal is there, so will have the answer as 1250 kilometers. Those who said 1500, they did a mistake. Ashmit, you are correct. Ashmit, you are correct. Others, please check. Please check. Is it done? Is it clear to everyone how I utilized unitary method? Now you want to understand other method also, class? Thank you, Sarvagya. Do you want to see one more way? This was the unitary method that we are learning from childhood. One more way is there to solve such questions by proportion. Let us solve by proportion. Class, let's see. Okay. Have you taken the screenshot? Class, have you taken the screenshot? Have you taken the screenshot? Okay. Now let's see the next method by proportion. One second. What happened to this? Okay. Now let me take the eraser. Okay. Now we are ready for the next way. Please see. Yes, beta, this will be uploaded. Don't worry. The next way is by proportion. We can make a table like this. Class, we can make a table like this, and we can write the things like this. First thing given to us is in centimeters, in kilometers. There are two things. So we can write here scale. So given to us is 2 centimeter is same as 1000 kilometer, and they are asking 2.5 centimeter, and this is question mark. Class, till now everything is fine? Please tell me. Please tell me. Is this table clear to you? How I made this table? Now we will understand how to solve this. Is rotating. One second. Okay. Now, in this case of direct proportion, if this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2, I can say x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. This is the formula for direct proportion. Class, this is the formula for direct proportion, and we can put the values and solve it very easily. Now let's put the value. What is the value of x1? X1 is 2 centimeter upon, then we have y1 as 1000. Those who have switched on their video, please switch it off. Is equal to, here we have 2.5 upon y2. Class, till this point any issue? Till this point any issue? I am using a formula to solve direct proportion. Now we want to find the value of y2. Yes class, we want to find the value of y2. What we can do? We can do cross multiplication. Don't worry Daksh, I will take more examples for this case also. Now to solve this, we all know from chapter number 2 how to solve these questions. Let us see that. One second. So we have 2 upon 1000, 2.5 upon y2. Let me write. We have 2 upon 1000 is equal to 2.5 upon y2. Now we will do cross multiply. This y2 will multiply here, 1000 will multiply here. We will get 2y2 is equal to 2.5 into 1000. And finally, we know to find the variable, we have to isolate it. So the answer will be 2.5 into 1000 upon 2. Yes class, tell me. This is the second way to solve the questions of direct proportion. Are you able to understand? There is a simple formula we are using. X1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. Yes, unitary method is easy, but this will also be easy, don't worry. After some questions, it will be easy also. Yes, we have used transposing method. Yes. So now you can cancel like this. 2 500s 1000. Remove this decimal. 10 will come. 0 will cancel. 25 50s are 1250 kilometer. So class, that's it. We will get the same answer either by unitary method or by this formula. So class, are you ready for one more example? You will have to try this case with that example also. Class, let us see one more example with this method. It will be easy for you, don't worry. Example number 5. Okay, let's find example number 5 by both the methods. One second. Let's see. Example number 5. The question is 6 bowls cost rupees 90. Please see. 6 bowls cost rupees 90. What would be the cost of 10 such bowls? This is the question. Please tell class by unitary method first. First tell by unitary method. Ryan, very good. First we will find the cost of one bowl. So first we are solving by unitary method. We can say one bowl cost will be equivalent to rupees 90 upon 6. And if you solve this, you will get the answer as rupees 15. So we have got the cost of one bowl as 15 rupees. Therefore, as one bowl is for 15 rupees, 10 bowl will be for rupees 10 into rupees 15. And the answer is 150 rupees. That's it. Yes, class? Any issue? Any issue in this case? Now do you want me to solve by second method? Okay, now let's see the second method. The second method is the formula one. Let us see that also. For the second method, first we need to create a table like this. After some time, you will find the second method is more convenient. Trust me, class. You will find the second method is more convenient. So we have number of bowls and we have the cost. Given to us is 6 bowls for rupees 90 and they are asking 10 bowl for how much rupees? Question mark. So again we can say it is x1, it is y1, it is x2, it is y2. So as this is a case of direct proportion, class, can we say this is a case of direct proportion? Can we say, class, this is a case of direct proportion? Because if you increase one thing, other will increase. If you increase number of bowls, the cost will increase. If you decrease number of bowls, the cost will decrease. That means this is an example of direct proportion. So we can use the formula x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. Now let's put the values. We have 6 upon 90 is equal to 10 upon y2. So this y2 will go above and become 6y2 is equal to 10 into 90, and finally y2 will be equal to 10 into 90 upon 6. Yes, class? Any issue? Now just divide 6 and 90. 6 ones are 5s are 15s are, and 10 15s are. Answer is rupees 150. So class, this method is also very quick and simple. Unitary is also very simple. You can go for any of them. Okay, you can go for any of them. Now ask me, what doubts do you have? Sir, 9p into 10, why will have 9 as answer? Mokshita, let me ask you separately once again. Let me switch off the video. Recording.